Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're in the right place at the right time. It must be Tuesday at 5 o'clock, and it's time for the Ask Dr. Ron Facebook Live. And normally I would say at this time, along with my lovely co host, Miss Chartrice, but as you can see, she is MIA again. She is en route trying to get to her studio so she can join us on the show today. But at the current time, she is not there, and it's 5 o'clock, so we are live. Okay, so I am so glad that my guest is here today. We've got a Mr. Keith Gray from the Cash Crowdfund community that I am so looking forward to bringing him on, so that I can ask him all the juicy questions that you all are interested in hearing the answers to. So let's get this puppy started. First thing I want to do is give a shout out to all of the healthcare workers that are in the healthcare field. Healthcare workers have the job of keeping our loved ones alive, and I am so glad that they're on the front line. And I always like to give them a shout out because it is important that they continue doing what they're doing. Corona's still alive, y'all. Corona has not gone anywhere. Corona is still out there making people sick. As a matter of fact, I got some news today about my mom being confirmed as having corona. So I'm praying for her, and I'm gonna ask you all to pray for her as well, that she recover, because there's so many people that are recovering from corona now. I am so glad that she is, in good health, and she's going through in the hospital, and I'm expecting her to recover fully, because so many other people have recovered fully from corona, because we got great healthcare workers on the front line keeping our loved ones alive. So please pray for your healthcare workers. Give them a shout out if you see them. Acknowledge them, and give them all the encouragement you can, because we need our healthcare workers not to get sick, and not to give up. Okay, keep hanging in there. I'm gonna continue wearing this shirt until we get an all clear. Then I'll change my shirt. But right now, I'm gonna keep on wearing my shirt until all clear is given. And I'm going to continue doing it in solidarity to our healthcare workers. Secondly, I want to give a shout out to all of our pastors that are on the front line, our pastors that are out there doing their job, keeping us spiritually uplifted and motivated at a time like this. They also have a hard job. When people are going through and are struggling, man, we need somebody that can get a prayer through. Our pastors are that person, and a special shout out to my spiritual leader and mentor, Dr. Lloyd Michael Hunt. He has been with me for a very long time. If you have not heard any of his messages, please scroll down on my live feed, on my Facebook feed, and you will see several messages on my live feed from Dr. Lloyd Michael Hunt. Dr. Lloyd Michael Hunt has been an inspiration to me all of my last 30-year life, and I pray for him on a regular basis. So you need to pray for your spiritual leaders to keep them uplifted, okay? Keep them uplifted at a time like this, because we need to keep them encouraged. Also, I want to give a special shout out and an offering of condolences to anyone that has lost a loved one. It's a very hard time, because we can't say goodbye to our loved ones the way that we want to. So we want to try and keep them that are suffering and going through grief right now uplifted in prayer, so that you can, at some point in time, get a chance to say goodbye to your loved ones, as you would like to. So I just want to give an update. We have 7.1 million people with cases of confirmed corona in the United States. This week and today we have over 205,000 deaths, confirmed deaths from corona. So corona is real, you all, and people are losing loved ones every day. So I offer our prayers from the Ask Dr. Ron family to be uplifted and stay uplifted, during this time, because it's a very difficult time. When you can't say goodbye the way you want to, it's very difficult, very difficult. So keep on lifting up people in prayer. That prayer is always decent and in order. So we ask that you just do those things right now, because it's always encouraging, is to know that people are praying for you. All right. Let's give a couple of shout outs here. I see a couple of the Cash Crowdfund family chiming in here. We got Mr. Bruce Chapman on the line. Shout out to you. Thank you for your prayers. Curtis Cujo is watching. Appreciate you. Miss Sherry's on the line. Miss Sherry says, "Good evening, Dr. Ron. So blessed to be here. Sorry to hear about your mom. Thank you. Praying for God's speedy recovery. Thank you. Thank you." We got Crystal Franklin is watching. And my brother all the way out in Arizona's watching. Donald Green, appreciate you. Miss G. Cook is watching. We got Clarence Ray Jr. That's Miss Shadree's daddy, y'all. He watching on today. So shout out to him. We appreciate him. We got all these folks on the line today. They want to hear about this cash crowdfunding. I want to get to it as quick as I can. So the first thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go over to my website. Okay, and I'm going to talk about all the people that have sponsored what we do here. So the first thing that you're going to hear when we go over to the website, you're going to hear my Ask Dr. Ron theme song. So I'm going to ask you to listen to that, and then I'm going to come back and talk about all of the advertisers. So stand by.
Ask Dr. Ron, ask Dr. Ron. Whatever you're feeling, he will give you healing, he'll inform you. Ask Dr. Ron, ask Dr. Ron. Entertaining news, political issues, local and globally.
All right. I'm going to invite you to go over to ask-dr-ron.com. That's askdrron.com. And when you get over there, I want you to browse around a little bit, check out some of the information that's there. You'll see a lot of things about me. You'll see some pictures of me backstage working in the entertainment industry, hanging out with various celebrities. Also, you'll see some information that we're getting ready to talk about now, which is my advertisers. You'll see that one of my advertisers is National Block Club University. Mr. Cyron Smith has an organization that he works all over the country, block by block, helping bringing safety to seniors, children, and adults block by block. His organization has been doing this for over 20 years. So I encourage you to click on the banner that you see in the advertisement section. It'll take you right over to his website. And when you get over to his website, you'll be able to get information on Mr. Cyron Smith and his organization and find out what you can do to help in your community, okay? Because we need people in your community, on your block, trying to help bring safety, okay? All right. Next, we have Mr. Chief Nomo's Oasis. Um, Chief Nomo brings in products from the west coast of Ghana, that's in Africa, and he brings in soaps, oils, moringa seeds, clothing, anything you can think of that would be from the west coast of Africa. He brings that information into our community on the south side of Chicago. He also provides alkaline water. Alkaline water is very good for making sure you have optimum health. Okay, when you're trying to stay in good health during this corona season and the things that are going on, flu season, hay fever season, alkaline water is one of the things that can help you keep yourself in a good healthful state. So what you want to do is reach out to Chief Nomo. If you're in the Chicagoland area, click on the banner, make an appointment, go over and see Chief Nomo, and Chief Nomo will be more than happy to consult you on how to make your health better so that you can survive Corona and go forward even with the next Corona season that's coming on and the next flu season that's coming on. He's the person to talk to that can help you make sure you survive. Okay? All right, next we have Mr. R.R.J. Webb. Mr. R.R.J. Webb, Mr. Ralph Jenkins will help you design, put together any type of website. He hosts them, he builds them, he does maintenance on them. Anybody that has a concept and an idea in their mind that they want to bring to reality, click on the banner, talk to Mr. Ralph Jenkins, and Mr. Ralph Jenkins will be more than happy to help you bring that to a reality. So once again, RRJ Webb, click on the banner, it'll take you over to his website, reach out to Mr. Jenkins. He will be more than happy to help you bring your concepts and your ideas to reality. Okay? And last but not least, we have Portigan Sam. Now, Portigan Sam is one of my favorite advertisers. Portigan Sam brings the best wines and spirits from all over the world. Now, Sam himself was on the show a couple of weeks ago, and we got a chance to talk to him about what's coming up this holiday season with all of the wines that he's going to be having in for the holidays and bourbons and cognacs. He's got fresh inventory coming in that's going to really knock your socks off. Now, the good thing about Sam's wine is it's all exclusive. You will not be able to find his wines anywhere else in the country except with him. Now, he ships all over the place. You can go over to his website, click on the banner, and you'll get a chance to see what he has in inventory. If you like sweet, if you like dry, semi-sweet, he has a variety of flavors to choose from that would allow you to be able to find your favorite or your new favorite. Now, I'm going to tell you a little secret about dealing with Sam. Once his inventory is gone of that particular item, you may not see it again for quite a few years. So if you see something that you like and you've tasted something that you like, you got to get plenty of it. Otherwise, it may not be available the next time you go back to try and get that particular wine. You'll have to get a new favorite. Okay? So that's Portigan Sam. Click on the banner. It'll take you right over to his website, and you'll be able to check out what he has in inventory. Okay? All right. So now, also, while you're on the site, I want you to check out our media affiliate, which is Chicago Communicated News Media. And we work with them with providing news content as well as other affiliates. So click on the tab there. It'll take you over to the website. Also back in the Chicagoland area, we have Soul Street Collective that we work closely with, promoting them. They're starting to perform again back in the Chicagoland area. So you definitely want to check on their social media, find out where they're performing at if you're in the Chicagoland area. so that you can go in and check them out. We'd like you to, while you're at the website, fill out the contact card so we can keep you informed on where we are appearing when we start to appear again. Because right now we ain't appearing nowhere if it ain't on the internet. Because I am not trying to get close to anybody that may have corona. I'm trying to stay away. Also, go over to our YouTube channel, Ask Dr. Ron YouTube channel. You can go over there and see replays of our shows. Do a like, please, and share. Like and share all of our information. If you see something that was very good to you, then it'll probably be good for somebody else as well. So like and share, like and share. Support all of our businesses, please, all of our businesses. And you'll also see some information on the channel dealing with um, cash crowdfund, which is what we're about to go to now. We're getting ready to bring forward our guest who is part of the cash crowdfund community. And I am so excited to have Mr. Keith Gray as part of the show today. Mr. Keith Gray is one of the people that has been successful with the cash crowdfund community. And I am so excited to have him because he took time out of his busy schedule to be a part of what we got going on. And Keith, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Dr. Ron. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I sure can. Welcome to the show. Of
Thank you
course,
very
I know
much.
there was supposed to be more than two of you guys, but unfortunately, your cohort was not available to be involved today. But that's okay. I know you can handle what's going on with no problem at all. So I am so glad that you are here today. Tell us a little bit about Cash Crowdfund.
Well, before I get started, first of all, I want to say prayers for your mother.
Thank you.
And thank you for having me. Well, let me just go back. I guess almost maybe I think April will be 2 years. Steve Lincoln and I and Bruce we've known each other for 15, 20 years. We were in some previous network marketing ventures. So Steve called me one evening and said, hey, man, you need to check this cash crowdfund thing out. I said, well, okay, just send me the information. So he sent me the information. But at that particular time, I was working from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. So I'd never looked at it. Just kind of forgot about it. So then he called me back 2 weeks later. He said, hey, did you ever look at that? I was like, oh, I actually forgot. So I took a look at it. And the thing that I saw was, wow, I can get started for $37. Because all of the other ventures that we were in, they wanted $250, $500. Some people come to me talking about you can join my business for $1,000, And so I looked at it and said, well, I have $37. So I stopped over his house one evening, a couple of days later, and I signed up. And the concept, was fairly simple. You donate a certain amount to someone and then you get it back 8 times. I'm like, wow, that's great economics. If I'm going to donate someone $25, $50, whatever the amount might be, and then you get it back 8 times in the form of cash donation. So I jumped in, and for the first month or 2 months, I think I put in, 6 or 7 people, and then they brought us some people. And the one thing that anyone wants to know is when they join something is, does it work? Will I get paid? So I came in, I put my wife in. We paid $37 a piece. You send $12 to administration for your website, and then that there caught my eye because it's a one-time $12 fee, and you have the website forever. And I thought usually when you join something, you have to pay a monthly fee for your website. So my wife and I signed up, and we brought some people in, and lo and behold, we checked the mail one day, and we each had, envelopes for $25. So I said, wow, this thing works. Excuse me. So we've just been ever since, just going forward and asking people, who do you know that needs a financial donation, and the thing works. I can say it definitely works.
Well, I can co-sign your testimony. I know it works. That's why every month I bring on a family member from the Cash Crowdfund family into
Mhm.
the show so that they can hear it from more than one person. Because it is a
Mhm.
family. And
Absolutely.
it's a private community. They like to reference that a lot. Because if you don't know somebody that's in the dream team, then you won't be able to enter in because you won't know who to send your contributions to.
Mhm.
And one of the things about you know, each one reach one is that, like you said, you put your wife in and other folks that you knew, you kept it close, and you were able to, to judge. Like, okay, if you'd just put yourself in and then put your wife in, then you wouldn't know that, if anybody else got their money because you'd be like, well, I don't know if everybody else got paid or
Mhm.
not, but she got paid and you got paid. So, hey, that's a testimony, okay?
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
and one of the things that I have on the screen that I always like to point out when we do this presentation is the fact that um, I want to try and eliminate people's fears. Okay, so I like to show what it is and not. On my website, if you go over to askdrron.com/cash crowd, you'll see this listed on the website. This is not an MLM. It is no products. There's no binary. There's no trading. There's no coins, and there's no affiliate marketing. Okay, so these are some of the things that people generally have fear about. Okay, when you're trying to talk to people about things that are opportunities to get them blessed, and they're like, well, I can't do this, I can't do that
Mhm.
because. Okay, well, let me take some of the stuff away from your fear factor list. Okay, it's not any of these things. Okay, so it is a pure and simple gifting program, just a gifting program, and just like you got your gift and your wife got her gift, and then he gives you the opportunity to increase your gifting opportunities. So you started out with a $37 gifting program, but I'm sure you're probably up what to $10,000 gifting program now. Is that where you at now?
No, sir. No, not yet. Well, now we are working towards that, but currently my wife, I'm on the 250 wheel and the $500 wheel, and the wife is on the 250 wheel. And once she receives some donations, she'll go to the $500 wheel. So that's what we're working on right now, getting her to the 500 and getting both of us to the 1,000. Okay, so um, it is a methodical approach. You do have to. It's going to take work. Okay, because I've actually signed up people who they came in, they $25, and then you never hear from them again, or when you call them, they won't answer their phone. Just being honest, they won't answer their phone because they expect you to do the work. Now, I have to say this, but just like anything else that you're going to be successful at, it takes some work. Not maybe as much as like your job, but at least you have to do something. You have to contact people. You have to call people. You have to send out the 10-minute video to people and let them view the information. You got to talk to some people. I know it's difficult now because of COVID, and you have to kind of stay away from folks. But if you go through your phone and start talking to people that's in your phone list and maybe people that you might work with virtually, it can still be done. It is moving a little slower than before COVID, but it can still be done.
Yes, like I like what you said. It takes work. You know, it's not like how sometimes people in the spring they plant a seed and they walk away from it. They don't even water it. They don't pull the weeds.
Mm-hmm.
They just let Mother Nature do all the work, and then they expect to have fruit in the fall. Okay, but
Mm-hmm.
if you don't do anything between the time you put the seed in the earth in the spring, how do you expect to have fruit? I don't get that. You know, so it does require some work on your part. If you don't do nothing but keep the weeds away, that's work. Okay, if you don't
Absolutely.
just go out there and water it, once a week, that's work. Because guess what? If you do what you're supposed to do, then when it's time to reap the harvest, when it's time to eat on that succulent fruit, or get the rewards of your work, you'll enjoy it that much more. So I totally agree. We got some comments coming in here. Let me see, can I read some of these comments? We got Alicia from Gainesville, Florida. She's chiming in. She's part of the team. I'm assuming she's a part of the dream team as well. And we got Crystal. She says, praying for your mom that the blood of Jesus will flow throughout her body and cover her from the top of her head to the sole of her feet. Thank you so very much for that. Miss Sherry on the Dream Team is saying the easiest program around that can show everyone how to experience economic empowerment through cash donations. That's Miss Sherry. Miss Sherry been on the show before, so she know how to chime in and make things,
Mm-hmm.
say the right things at the right time. Thank you, Miss Sherry. So I know one of the big questions that a lot of people always like to ask before they do anything, because there's so many gifting programs that are out there in the marketplace right now. And one of the things that people always like to ask the question is, how long is it going to take? How long is it going to take? How long is it going to take? So if I give you $25 today, how long is it going to take? How long is it going to take? And that's a question generally that people cannot answer, with the time. So how would you approach that, Keith?
Well, when that question is presented to me, I tell them, well, how fast do you want it to happen? How much work do you want to do? You know, because uh, you really can't expect me to do the work for you. But if you're willing to step in and you know dump your phone, we tell people dump your phone and just start contacting people. It could happen pretty quickly. I believe we got our first donations within a month and a half. So that's not too bad, you know. So if they're willing to do some work, I could tell them this is not etched in stone, but you could get some money within a month, you know. It depends, like I said, it just depends on how much they're willing to work. Because we've had people. I know Miss Sherry sponsored a a donation thing, and we donated $37 several times to help grow the community. But the majority of those people wouldn't do any work. They just said, okay, I'm in, and then they sit back and cross their legs, and they call you a month later and say, where's my money at? But if they're willing to do some work, they can get money within a month. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so it's totally up to them. It's totally up to what they want, and it's up to what their why is. See, the why is also very important in this thing. Um, what is your why? Why do you want these donations? Why do you need these donations? Is it you know paying off bills? You know, uh, sending the grandkids to college, starting college fund for your children or grandchildren, or whatever the case may be.
I see Bruce said the same thing. You said it depends on what you do. It's on you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't work, you don't eat. As Bruce.
Yeah.
Bruce is over there, he's making sure like, hey, you got to do your part.
Yeah.
So I heard you just say a little while ago that you have to have a why. So,
Yes.
and I know that you said in the beginning of your presentation that you talked about other types of systems that you were involved in that
Mm-hmm.
might be considered, money making opportunities,
Mm-hmm.
and that's one of the principles that they instill in you is why are you doing this? What is your purpose? What is the reason why you are endeavoring to try and improve yourself financially? Okay, because that's what
Yeah.
motivates us is financial improvement. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and especially looking at the economic times that we're in right now with COVID-19, people losing jobs. People are in situations where it's not easy to accumulate cash flow. So, the whys are as personalized as the individuals that are in it. So, I know that is very important to understand. Okay, well, like say my why might be I love flipping the switch and the lights come on.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
something as simple as that, because, hey, if you flip the switch one time and the lights don't come on, they're like, oh, what did I do wrong? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Or providing food on the table, being able to eat and feed your family could be a why, especially during an economic tight time like now. So the why is very, very important to identify. And you have to not only just identify it, but, spell it out, write it down so it becomes real to you, you know, and the why now becomes something that you're looking at as an affirmation of, I'm going to achieve this. And that's something that you want to go towards. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, no. Excuse me. Yeah. Well, I think my first network marketing venture was 25 years ago, something like that. When I first met Steve Lincoln, that was actually the first my first venture into network marketing, a company called Excel Communications. And one of the first things that they teach you once you do sign up is that you have to have a why, because if your why is money, you won't you'll end up quitting. So it has to be like you said. Maybe you want to put food on the table, or maybe you make sure that your electric bill and all your utilities are paid each month, because you might be going through a challenging time like right now, like you stated with job loss and with the COVID-19 going on. It could be something like I said before. You want to set aside a college fund for for your children or your grandchildren. It could be you want to save up a down payment for a home. It could be anything that particular person wants the why to be. But like you said, you need to write it down and you need to look at it every day so that excuse me, so you can look at that why and then make sure that you do at least something every day towards your goal. Like I have my why taped up in my bathroom where I shave every morning. My wife is like, "What's that up there? That's that piece of paper. That's my why. Just leave it alone." Because she wanted to take it down, but I convinced her to leave it alone because I shave and I look at it and I say I gotta make at least make a call or two. Do something. Look at my wheels. Try to do something. I'm not always successful because I'm gonna say this too. My actual problem is consistency. I'm throwing it out there. My problem is consistency. You know, I'll do something, with cash crowd fund for a couple of weeks, and then I may fall off for 4, 5, 6 days, but that's my issue is consistency. But the thing does work. I will say that.
Yeah. And in addition to having it spelled out and written, it does not hurt to put steps to helping you accomplish your why. So like in cash crowdfund, the steps would be picking up the phone when Bruce Chapman called. Because if you join the dream team, the coach is gonna call you and he's gonna send you
Absolutely.
texts every single day. Okay, every single day. He don't miss a day. Sometime 5, 6 texts a day. Okay, that's his steps to make sure that he keep you informed on what's going on and what's coming up. And with Miss Sherry, she does a motivational once a week where she is putting out positive information on successful motivators, people that can help keep you motivated, and all of these things are designed as steps to keep you moving towards what you want to accomplish. So, like if you get involved with the cash crowdfund gifting program, uh, you want to get as many people blessed as you possibly know or possibly can because everybody needs a financial blessing. So, sometimes you might have to carry a little bit more weight on your back than some of the people that you have turned on to this program or that you just, exposed to this program. So you might be like, okay, motivate my 3 people or my 4 people, and then add one to it. Just so that you can
Mhm.
carry a little bit more weight than the persons that are already in it, because you never know when they might get, oh, okay, I got this. All right. I can carry a little bit more weight too now. I can bring my 2 plus another 2 and then plus 1. So, it all depends, on, um, what you can handle, and what you're willing to undertake towards achieving your why. Now I'm looking at Bruce. He just got the joke that it wasn't a joke. It was, I was just really exposing him. He said, "You funny, Doc. Laugh out loud." I'm just letting people know. Bruce gonna let you know. Okay, Bruce gonna, and nobody else gonna let you know. Bruce gonna let you know. The coach, they call him the coach. He's been on there before. He's been on the show, and I'm sure he'll be back on here again because he can't talk to all of you all like I can talk about him right about now. So he gonna be really motivated to come back on here and have something to say to defend himself. But it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing, the fact that he's doing it. And when I see his texts pop in, half dozen at a time, I'm like, okay, they got something going on tonight. And Miss Sherry just put her information up. It says every Friday the Dream Team has a CCF overview presentation, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All are welcome to attend. So, if you are a Dream Team member and you want to put your information up where people can get in contact with you, please do so in the comments section because there are people all over the country. And we did a presentation or interview a couple of months ago, and we had some brothers in or somebody in Tuskegee, Alabama, and they were able to get people recruited in Alabama area from just watching what we got going on here. So that's good. So people need to know where to find you at so that they can reach out to you. They can always find me at ask-dr-rn.com/cash crowd, and you can go there and reach out to me. You'll see all the information that we talked about on what it isn't, and then you'll see some other of the interviews. You should see about 5 or 6 videos up there of people that are doing the cash crowdfund thing right now, and have given their tips for success. Because there's more than one way to become successful. What works for Keith and what works for me, one of these ways might be, a blessing to you. So, Keith, let me ask you right now, um, to address some of the biggest fears that people have about getting involved in a program like this.
I'm going to give you my biggest fear before joining Excel Communications. Fear of talking to anybody that I didn't already know. Because most of us, when we join something, we're excited. We go home. And I remember a guy named Jimmy Mason. You go home, you ask your mother, and you ask your father to join. They tell you no, and then you just quit. Because those are the people you're comfortable with. I had to, excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
I had to, through motivational reading and stuff like that, take myself out of my comfort zone and just be able to walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, how are you today? Who do you know that needs a financial blessing? You know." And sometimes that's the most difficult thing for people to overcome is just talking to strange people. Now, sometimes I would just, maybe be sitting there and, you know, maybe it's something they might say to me, or maybe it's something that I might say to them, and then you strike up a conversation. But that was my hardest thing, uh, getting used to speaking to people that I did not know. So that's probably the main fear people have. I'm gonna guess, because that would be the main fear, is that speaking to people you don't know. Because, okay, what am I going to say to them? What if they reject me? What if they get mad at me for asking them? Well, most people aren't going to be mad at you about asking, do they need a financial blessing? Now, sometimes people do get a little, well, hey man, I'm not joining that, because I've had it happen. I'm not interested before you even get a chance to even say what you want to say, is because they've been asked to join so many things, and maybe they've joined some stuff, they've had bad experiences. They spent $1,000 and never got paid. They spent $500 and never got paid because the person signed them up and then just left them hanging. You know, the
Mm-hmm.
thing about this community is, excuse me, is, first of all, like you said, Dr. Ron, it's a private community, and you have to be invited. Okay, so that gives the person that's already in some, what I want to say, they can select who they want to bring into the community. They can select who they would like to speak to, you know. But you still got to speak to people, because once you run out of people that you're gonna have to go outside your comfort zone. Now, people that like to talk to people, they should be a whiz at this. Um, I'm to the point where I can speak to people, that I don't know, because I am a people person.
So, you would say one of the biggest fears is being able to communicate to other people, and then
Yes.
like you also mentioned, in people that have been burned or have had negative experiences,
Uh-huh.
trusting people, I'm gonna say, get over it, you know,
Yeah.
because you can't walk around afraid. My uncle used to tell me a long time ago, scared people can't make no money,
Uh-huh.
and that's something that you gotta get over. I mean, everything in life sometimes has a fear factor or a risk associated with it. But, like you mentioned early on, the risk is so small with this. Why be afraid over small money that can turn into big money? You know, and
Exactly.
the opportunity is there. There are many many testimonies and many many people that have had success with programs like this, and all they have to do is just step out on faith, and see what happens next. You know, one of the things I do, which is probably contrary to what many may do, because I like people to have confidence and faith in me, and the God in me. Okay, so when I approach a person and talk to them, I'm like, look, you don't trust me? You think I would walk up to you? I got up this morning with the purpose of I'm gonna beat you out of anything. That is not
Uh,
on my agenda. Okay, so if you know me and you have faith and trust in me, then hey, let's take this journey together and see what happens next. You know, If I was coming up to them, back in the old days, back in the '70s, and say, "Come on, man, give me $10. We're gonna go get a wine," brother, they be on that. They be on that in a heartbeat. But sometimes people think they're a little scared of positive things. Things that might be considered positive. People have a fear factor. So they got to get over that. They got to stop being afraid, and let's get out here and make some things happen. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, what else about the Dream Team that you'd like to share or that you can share? I see Sherry told us about the presentations on Friday. What else can you talk about the Dream Team?
Well, first of all, let me say Bruce Chapman. Um, I guess he has some coaching experience in his past that I never knew about, but Bruce has been an outstanding leader for us since the inception of us joining this community. He takes the time to call you. He takes the time to coach you. He does research with his different videos that he looks at every week. So he has a topic to speak on when we do our Sunday conference calls. So and I actually those texts that you mentioned earlier, Dr. Ron. I know that sometimes I'll be here at the house after work and I was like, I know we have a call today. And Bruce hasn't sent those texts out yet. Then maybe 20 minutes later, all the texts will come. The 5 or 6 texts. So you look for those things, because you get used to them and you expect them. Um, and Bruce, like I said, he's killing this thing. Bruce is driven to succeed because the other stuff, a couple other things we were in, Dr. Brown, we were this close to exploding, and it just never happened. We were. I remember I was speaking to a couple of vice presidents of companies, and I'd be this close to signing them up, and then it's like, you know what? I just don't have the time. I'd be like, because that one we were always taught you talk to everybody because you run into that one person who, like Steve Lincoln says, who knows everybody over in Upper Marlboro, where Miss Sherry lives, Upper Marlboro, Maryland, and they'll put 300 people in your organization in 3 months, and then your organization just explodes, and then you keep going from there. Another person, Miss Sherry Judd, she is one of the woman leaders that we have on the Dream Team. She's been I guess typing in the inbox with you. She put together the video the video conferencing that we have on the every other Sunday with the presentations and the motivational speakers. I really like the one that she did a couple weeks ago with the lady that said, "Turn your fear into positivity." That one was really good. And then she does also I guess one of her favorite groups is Mary Mary. That's our Go Get Your Blessings is our theme song, So and then we have other leaders, Francis up in Maryland, Deacon Francis Wallace, Steve Lincoln, and those are people that I know. I've never met Sherry face to face, but I know Bruce, I know Steve, I know Deacon Wallace, and I'm looking forward to meeting Sherry and many other people that I haven't met yet. But what makes this thing go is a collective push with all the people that I mentioned, and then other people in the community who want to see this and see each other and help each other succeed. Because you can't do this by yourself. That's why it's called Dream and then Team. TEAM, team. There's no I in team. There's no me in team. It's a team. So you can't do this by yourself because you have to. You need the group as a collective body to succeed in this thing. So and it's been very, very blessing to me and my family just being associated with this community, because I had actually just kind of sworn off doing anything extra once I left the last opportunity that we were in. But like I said, when Steve presented cash crowdfund to me, and I said $37 with the chance to make $80,000 in cash donations, that blew my mind. I'm like, wow, $80,000 off of off of a starting fee of 37. $12 to administration for your website, a one-time fee, and then $25 to a person that you may or may not know, and then you get 8 donations back. Send out one amount, get the same amount back 8 times. That just made too much sense.
And then you climb up progressively to the other levels. You got to
Absolutely,
you
yes.
got to add that because 37 ain't
Yeah.
gonna get you 80,000. Okay,
No, no,
there's
no.
levels because I don't want
Yeah.
people to
Yeah.
misunderstand what you're saying. You
Okay,
know.
well let me say, okay, we got $25 wheel, we have the $50 wheel, we have the $100 wheel. Okay, then we have the $250 wheel, which is the VIP section. So you got to go through the 25, the 50, and the 100. Then once you do that, you head up to the 250. Then you have the 500, then the 1,000, then the 2,000, then the 5,000, and then the 10,000. And we also have a video that someone discovered recently. There's going to be a $20,000 wheel. But let me tell you about receiving donations on a $250 level. When I first got, I think one day I looked in my mailbox, I had 4 envelopes of $250. That was 1,000 extra dollars that came from up above, basically. And it was like, wow. I did a little video, and send it to all my people, because okay, this is from this stuff. This thing works. $1,000 extra in my household, you know, and my wife is like, "Where am I at?" So she had her hand out, so
Uh
I had to grease her palm a little bit. But
huh.
hey, I just got $1,000, from the cash crowdfund community. I donated 250 and got back, and then the rest in the next week I got the other 4 donations. So $2,000 off of a $250 donation, and now, like I said, I'm on the 500, and I came back in on the 250. So uh, but yeah, you must climb the levels that you spoke of, Dr. Ron, because $25 won't get you 10,000, but if you work your way up with help from your team and help from the dream team. Hey man, I told my wife, I said, when we do get those $80,000 donations, I'm gonna take her 80,000 and my 80,000. We're gonna just throw it all up in the air in the bedroom and just let it rain money, and then we're gonna all tie it back up and go do something with it. But you know,
Hey man,
you-
you got kids around the house. You can't be doing that kind of stuff with your wife now.
our door locks.
Yeah, you gonna go in the room and make it rain.
Yes, indeed, yes, indeed.
All righty now. Look, we got Bruce said Keith is very good, only because you were giving good compliments about him. Sherry said, together everyone achieves more, the definition of team. So yes,
Yes. Hmm.
being a part of a family helps make it easier because people will get discouraged. When you talk to, half a dozen people or 2 dozen people and you can't get 2 people to sign up, or to participate in what you're doing, it can become discouraging. So that's where the family comes in together, where everybody comes together and begins to work together. Um, to keep you uplifted. So you don't let all these no's take you off of your why or your purpose or your steps. You know, you have to, keep focused, which is what you want to do. You want to stay focused and keep your eye on the prize. Keep your why uplifted above everything else because it's too easy to as soon as you stop looking, then somebody come along and steal your dream away from you. I told you it wasn't gonna work in the first place. Come on now. Go ahead, bro.
If I can speak on that,
Go right ahead.
yes. Now, when you do join something like this, it's unfortunate, but you're gonna have people in your circle that are gonna say, "Oh man, that stuff ain't gonna work." oh man, what you doing? And the reason is that they don't want you to succeed. That and it's unfortunate, but that's the reason. You know, I've had family members. You know, I had a family member. Check this out. Excel communication. We had to maintain uh, 20 customer points, and they did a promotion where they dropped the sign up fee by half. I forget exactly what the amount was. So I went out and busted my tail that particular month, and signed up 6 people. And I was supposed to get a $1,200 bonus for signing up those 6 people and helping them get their 10 customer points. Well, lo and behold, I'm waiting. I'm going to the mail and looking for the check. And so after about a week and a half, I called the company and I said, "Yeah, this is Keith Gray, and I'm looking for my $1,200 check because I signed up 6 people and they all got the 10 customer points." And they said, "Well, Mr. Gray, we're looking at your stuff, and it looks like you only have 19 customer points." And I'm like, "No, that can't be. I've had 20 for the last year." One family member decided because they didn't want to pay $2.50 a month to have my long distance, and they blew $1,200 for me.
Mm.
And of course, we had some words behind that, you know. But I mean, you run into this stuff,
Right.
and
Right.
it's sometimes unbelievable. But I'm just speaking. This is the real world. Some of your friends, some of your family, and people that you actually love, sometime will not want you to succeed. One of the guys in Excel Communications, Jimmy May, used to say, sometimes the person that doesn't want you to succeed the most is the one you're sleeping with every night.
Well,
And I was like, whoa, that's kind of
yeah,
heavy, you know.
yeah, yeah.
So
Then it's time to change your roommate.
exactly, that's what he said. That's exactly what he said. It may be time to change roommates. So this is stuff that you have to consider when you do sign up for something extra other than work. This is it's reality. Unfortunately, it's reality.
Yeah. All right. Bruce says people get discouraged with everything that ain't easy.
Yep.
They don't get fired for not doing.
Yep.
Yeah. So look, we got to get out of here, man. We done killed up almost a whole hour. What do you want to leave with the people before we get out of here? And I got a question before you disappear too.
Okay. Well, all I would like to say, first of all, thank you for having me.
Mm-hmm.
It's been fun. But if you have people that you're talking to, or that you want to talk to, don't be afraid to speak to them. Don't be say, hey, all I want you to do is take a look at this video. And matter of fact, you don't have to talk. Just say, please look at this video for me, and send them the 10-minute video. That takes the onus off of you from explaining it. And then when they call you back and say, hey man, how's this stuff do? Listen to Steve Lincoln. A 3-way call. So show the video, 3-way. Show the video, 3-way. Show the video, 3-way. That seems to work, and it works very well.
So there's a system in place that can help you accomplish what you're trying to do, which is succeed and cash crowdfund.
Absolutely.
Yep, you don't have to do it by yourself. There's a whole team in place. And once again, I want to encourage all of the Dream Team to put their information in the comments section so people will know where to find you. If you are interested, and find it out from me directly, you can go to my website, www.ask-dr-ron.com / cash crowd, and you can reach out to me, and I will be more than happy to sit down with you and explain this thing, how it works. I'll introduce you to Bruce, which will definitely get on your nerves, but it's in a good way. Okay. Yeah, lately on the national news, we have been seeing the term good trouble. So Bruce is good trouble. So he's not somebody that you got to worry about or be afraid of. He's somebody that can help you get to where you're going, as well as Sherry and the rest of the members of the Dream Team. So do not worry about people, stalking you, being outside in your car with a cup of coffee, talking about good morning, glad to see you. They're gonna keep you encouraged and motivated to help you get to where you need to go, and that's a beautiful thing. So look, we got to get out of here, man. But I do have a question for you, man. I
Okay.
know you're on the East Coast.
Yes.
Do you plan on watching the debate tonight?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. I just want to
Yes,
make
I
sure
do.
that you're informed. That's all.
Yes. Yes, I
For
do.
those that have not heard, there's going to be a debate, the first presidential debate between Donald Trump and our hopefully soon to be new president, Joe Biden. Okay? And I am so looking forward to it. Donald Trump getting chewed up and spit out, but I ain't gonna be too optimistic, because there's some of them folks are gonna be hearing the same thing that I'm listening to and gonna be confused.
Yes.
But I'm so looking forward to the debate happening tonight. Anything else you want to give before you get out of here? I saw your finger go. I saw the church finger.
Yeah. I just want to know or hear his explanation about how he paid $750 in taxes in 2011 and 2012. That blows my mind. I would love to hear the explanation.
Well, you
And
know what
that's
he
it.
gonna say. Two things: it's fake news, and I can't
Mhm.
talk about it because it's still, under investigation with the IRS. Okay, that's been his story that he stick to. Oh no, that's fake news. Oh no, that's fake news. Everything is fake news when it comes to Donald Trump.
Mhm.
Number 45. That's what I call him.
Yeah,
Look,
45 exactly.
we got to go, you all. I love you all. Thank you for all your prayers. Continue to pray for my mom. Continue to pray for everybody that's out there because we don't know who's sick and who's going through something right now. So prayer is always decent and in order. I appreciate you all being a part of what we got going on here. Check out Cash Crowd Fund. It's working. In a time like this, when people need income streams, multiple income streams, this can provide, an opportunity to get blessed. Okay? To get blessed. Check it out. Check out Mr. Keith Gray. Go look for him. He's out on social media as well. Let him know you appreciate what's been going on. See you guys next time. We're out of here. Love, peace, and blessings.
Thank you very much.